So thank you for watching the advert. You've just supported me. I love you for it. Genuinely very, very happy. So today we have got a Mini Cooper and it's in for one hell of a deep clean. I've already started the interior. Anyone that knows me knows that I already start the interiors before I go live because they take quite a bit of time and takes me a longer while to do the car when I'm live, which I don't mind. I love being here and talking to you guys. I've got the number plates covered up for obvious reasons, and I've already pre-washed the wheels. So when you see me going into the wheels and cleaning them, as we do, please don't have a little go at me saying you haven't pre-washed the wheels. I've pre-washed the wheels. It speeds me up. The front number plate is half covered because for love nor money, these things that hold them on there would not stick. So another thing, please don't try and tell me off. There's some things that I just can't fix. There's a little bit of a bash on the side, but we're going to do a hell of a lot to this car. It's going to be cleaned, decontaminated, quite a deep clean of the wheels and tires. We're going to do the door shuts. I've already used the torn door on the inside, but that needs a lot doing to it. Thank you to the first person that's here. And that's pretty much it. But whilst I'm here, if you've got any questions and you want to chat live, let's go for it. That's exactly what I'm here for. If you're watching this at a later date, thank you very much. I'll talk to you about all the products that I'm using. I do use quite a few different products here. I've got a lot of built amber, dual auto care. I've got lots on the side there. I've got microfibers from the one and only Fallen Angel, which I absolutely love. Lots of products over there. So yeah, happy to help if you need any help with anything. But let's get started on these wheels. They are absolutely filthy. Hello to the four people that are here already. And yeah, on your way to work, Alexander, whereabouts are you from and what are you doing for work? Right, this is dual auto care. It's toxin and it's a fallout remover. So I'm going to spray that only on the wheels. Now it is pink, but it will turn purple. So I do go quite heavy with these chemicals, probably heavier than most, but it's okay. Greetings from, oh, I don't know where that is. Just Antarctica, really? For a new Starlink. I don't know how I got your channel, but we just turned the Wi-Fi on. Right, okay. Speaking of Starlink, uh, hopefully that's exactly what's going on. Midwest, how you doing, Midwest? Good to see you again. I've got to show you why Starlink is important to me because I'm using Starlink as well. So they work really well. Good luck with yours. And I really hope that that's true, Greg, all the way over there. Oh, well, thank you, Midwest, for that. Little umbrella in the sun. I like that. Thank you. Chicago, run an 8-bay mechanic shop. Wow, okay. That's a serious business you've got going on over there. Steve, how you doing, Steve? Good to see you. What Midwest tinfoil? I don't understand that. What does the tinfoil mean? Right, in here I've got built amber Surfex HD mixed at 10 to 1. It's really great for cleaning the tyres and under the arches, doing all of that dirty kind of work. What up? Just got ours up and running. It's been 3 weeks. How are you finding it so far, Greg? I mean, personally, I think mine's really quite good. And I've tried lots of other things, but this works really well. So thank you, Elon Musk, for sorting out the Starlink for me because running it from 5G just wasn't cutting it. Right, I've forgotten my water bucket. There we go. It's better if we've got some water to clean these wheels, isn't it? Right, first I'm going to use, as long as I can find it, a tyre brush by Joule. The Italian job. No, I guess it's not as nice as those ones. They're kind of classics now, aren't they? But yep, that is the right car nonetheless. And it may well be that at some point we've got the owner of the car checking in to watch what we're up to. I will never know unless he's here already and mentioned something, but we'll find out. F-150s are made of aluminium. We've been all over it. Aluminium's not such a bad thing for cars, is it? I don't think it is. Right, so with the wheel cleaner, again, that is by dual auto care called Toxin. You can see it turning a rich purple, and that's when you know it's working. It's helping to remove the baked in brake dust that gets stuck in those wheels. So any of you that are wondering how to do that, you need a fallout remover. The one that I'm using again is by dual auto care called Toxin. I've got another that I like to use. It's called Built Hamber. Bearing in mind, not everyone here is going to be able to buy the same products that I use because you're in different countries. Some in Antarctica. You stopped. Josh Batty, how are you doing, Josh? That has been a while since seeing you. How you been? Just got the car cleaned, but the kids are running around. What, running around making it dirty? Right. Love watching you from Miami. Keep up the work. Thank you very much. Hey, Miami, what a place. I'm not even going to ask you what the temperature is over there. It's got to be nicer than it is over here. So you can see a lot of the dirt that's coming off of these wheels already. And before I've even started, you can see it's looking a bit brighter at the bottom. It's an easy detail brush. They're excellent for this kind of work. And they do last quite a long time. But I've got to say, I think this one might break soon. If that, or if not that, then it's going to get stuck behind these wheels and calipers. Moved platform. I have quite a while ago, Josh, for one particular reason. I wanted to set myself another target of becoming monetized elsewhere. So for those of you that don't know me, I've got 28,000 followers on Facebook of all places. Didn't expect that to be a busy platform, but it is. And I've got 24,000 on TikTok. And I used to do a lot of lives on TikTok. But I wanted to set myself a goal of becoming monetized on here. And here we are. Today is the first day of actually being monetized. So I don't know what that's going to equate to. But what it does mean is that the fact that you guys are watching, I'm ever so grateful for because hopefully you guys saw an advert before you actually got to watch me. If not, then I'm probably not monetized. Maybe you guys can let me know. Wondered why they stopped. Yeah, I just wanted to try this. Things keep evolving, things keep changing, and I need to see what works the best for me. And I don't know what the answer is yet. I've never really been that big on social media up until the past 12 months. No one who lives in Miami has a soul. Is that right? What's wrong with Miami then? I mean, clearly you know it better than I do. Didn't realize it was quite so bad over there. Right, I'm using a dual auto care brush just to get a little bit deeper into these wheels. They're never going to be perfect, these ones, and it's not what we're going for today. Because there's a lot of work to do, and that's perfectly okay, but we can't do everything. I was due to have some help, but unfortunately, the poor chap couldn't make it. He's very unwell. I've been trying to get 500,000 miles, I remember that, on the F1 Minnesota. Been documenting my plan on my channel. Do you have any recommendations on how to deal with chassis? Honestly, I don't have any idea how to deal with the chassis. When it comes to cleaning the car, I'm your guy. When it comes down to mechanics, I'm not your guy. Quite simply, this is where you see that I get splashed in the face a hell of a lot. But part of the job. YouTube is better. Oh, that I think you might be the first person to say that, but I'm grateful for you saying that. So thank you. Do I have any classic cars? Right behind me, there is an MX-5 and there is a DB7. But the DB7 was done back in November. And it's been here so long that the guy's now paying me rent. But yeah, you never know what we're going to get in. Tomorrow, there's a Range Rover in the morning. Straight after that, there is a beautiful red Jaguar F Type. Then after that, we've got a Golf. Going to have similar work to this one. So yeah, quite a few different things that are coming in. Sorry, video that did was going live on here. Oh, thank you very much for actually coming onto here and doing that. That's really helpful. So thank you very much, Steve. I genuinely do appreciate it. So can anyone tell me if you watched the video before actually coming live. Like, did you see an advert? Sorry, you didn't see an advert. Is that right, Ray? Paul, how you doing, Paul? Mark, how you doing, Mark? But have I been absent? I've been here more than TikTok. I've only been live on TikTok maybe once in the past month. Right, okay. I don't know why I keep pressure washing this wheel because it is done now. So, Mark, yeah, at the minute, it's a little test on here to see if this is the platform that I'm going to stick to. So far, so good. And because I'm monetized, it might actually pay me for being here, which means you guys get what you want. I get a little bit extra, and it doesn't cost you anything other than watching an advert. But I don't know that any of you watched an advert yet or not, I have to be honest. What are your thoughts about Jeremy Clarkson? Uh, I like Jeremy Clarkson. I know that he rubs a lot of people up the wrong way, but I think he's fun. He says it how it is. I'm sure that he says and does some controversial things purely for the camera. But yeah, I quite like him. Well, what do you think of him? Daniel, give me some tips, bro. No worries at all. Daniel, what do you want tips on? Mark, was that you did see an advert? Sorry. In the USA, Range Rovers are just Fords in disguise. Mark saw the ad. Mark, to every single one of you that are here, because there's 52 of you, normally there's like 250. And I'm guessing the adverts might be making people go, yeah, I'm not going to watch it. But so that's why I appreciate every single one of you that are on here and you've watched the advert and you've supported me. And now I'm here to support you in as much content as possible for the rest of the afternoon. What are we saying? What was that question there? Range Rovers are just Fords. You can't really mean that, do you? Range Rovers are English for a start. Ford certainly isn't. Um, where is your wife? Um, I've been asked some random questions before. My wife, I don't know where she is. When you find her, let her know that I've been looking for her for years. But yeah, let me know where she is. I don't know what country she's in. Don't know what hair color or eyes or what food she likes. We haven't met yet. You will. Great answer. Right. Okay. I'm going to use the tire cleaning brush again. No, it's just because it's early in America. Half your viewers are sleeping. Right, okay. Do you know, you're actually right. I do get a lot of people watching me from America. And I love that. And it's all across America. And I never get into politics. This is about as far as I'm going to go. All I'm going to say is, and I hope that I don't say anything wrong to you guys, but I really like the sense of feeling what's going on in America right now. I think you guys are going to do some absolutely great things, and good luck to it, all of you. It's 7:13 in Minnesota. God, that's not too terrible. Alfa Romeos over here are dodged. When you say dodged, what do you mean dodged? Uh, dodged. Alexander, is that is that a double typo that you've got there? Right. So easy detail go brush to get inside the arch. I've got two easy detail brushes. This one is for the arches, and this is solid. You're not going to bend that one. This one is different, and you can bend this one. So that's why I've got the two. This one is better for getting into the wheel drums, wheel barrels, call it whatever you will. And this is really quite tight from the caliper to the wheel itself. The wheels are so tiny. But there's a lot of dirt coming out of there. And this is worthwhile doing if you want the wheels to look exceptionally clean. Now, again, these aren't going to be perfect. We're not going for perfect, but I know that the owner is really going to appreciate the work that we're doing here. This, my favourite brush because of the name, Big Hairy Ball Brush from Fallen Angel. Love that name. Uh, lots of mistakes there. Blowtorch faded plastic mouldings. What's uh, that's somewhere where we're going to disagree. I don't like to advise people to do that method because if someone gets it wrong, you're literally melting the plastic. How long does it last? They could damage the car, they could damage the plastic. Not everyone has a heat gun. So what I say to people is give it one hell of a deep clean and put some kind of back to black, or if you want to go to the next level, a ceramic coating on that, and that will do a hell of a lot for you. Adam, how you doing, Adam? Good to see you. Bro, that's the second time you're detailing a Range Rover. I've probably done over 150 odd Range Rovers because I used to do a lot of work for a trader that dealt specifically in Range Rovers. So yeah, I do a lot of them, but I get a lot of repeat business, and the Range Rover comes in every single week, unless I'm away or unless they're away, which is fair enough. Okay, it's a Mini. Yes, it sure is. I mean, it's a British brand, right? I see. Well, I actually no, I don't. Now I am confused. All right, time to prep wash this off. Few more wheels to go, and then I'm going to slow fire the car. The what is it called? The slow foam that I'm using today is built Hamber touchless, the latest version, and I find that that stuff is unbelievably powerful. It just works so well in these really dirty cars. Going to try and release some of the mud from up here, which a client you'll never ever know. The client is a 17-year-old young lady. This is her first car, and she just wants it to look special. So we're going to do as much as we can on this for her. Oh, gotta love eating that dirty water. So I am not, you guys will never find her, but the owner of this car, her name's Stefan. Hello, Stefan. I'm going to do as much as I can to your car today, Stefan, and hopefully make it look closer to as new as possible. So it's all going to be documented here so you can see everything that I'm doing. Right, okay. I think Range Rover is owned by Indian conglomerate Adani Group. Do you know, I don't even know who owns it anymore. You could be absolutely right. I have absolutely no clue. Is that true? What I am finding out is even some of the expensive cars these days, I'm talking specifically about a Rolls Royce that was in recently. Not built like you would expect. There was a lot of plastic in the car, a lot of bits and pieces falling off, which wasn't fantastic, to be honest with you. What else was going on with that car? Don't get me wrong, it was beautiful, and I'd love to have had one. It was still a very expensive car, but it didn't feel well made. That doesn't seem right for a Rolls Royce, does it? Unless you guys know better than I do. I mean, there is 52 of you here. Maybe one of you has got a Rolls Royce. Maybe you're lucky enough. The only time I get to run a Rolls Royce is when I'm cleaning it. I go under Range Rover and see Ford logos everywhere. Do you know a lot of them do share parts? That's the thing. If any of you watch, is it Matt Armstrong? I think it's Matt Armstrong, and he rebuilds all the cars. He's absolutely fantastic at it. And he was showing something the other day for a Lamborghini, and the part from Lamborghini. In fact, I'm going to get this on first, so it has a bit of time to dwell. The part from Lamborghini was 1,600 quid. He checked the part number online, bought it on eBay for £160 because it was also shared with a Volvo. It's the exact same part. So that guy, he taught me just to check the part numbers. Not that I do anything like that, but it is interesting to know, right? What are your thoughts about vehicles that use a wet belt for an oil pump? Got to be honest, I have absolutely no idea what a wet belt is. So I guess I've got no opinion on it, Midwest. Why don't you tell me the pros and cons of either or? And let's see if we can work this out because I'm interested. I've never heard of that before. But is there anyone else in here that knows what that is? Maybe you can give your opinion from Midwest. That's what I like to do, get everyone involved. Right, okay. Again, built Hamber, Surfx HD on the tyres and in the arches, mixed at 10 to 1, there or thereabouts. And that is a really great cleaner and degreaser, APC, all-purpose cleaner, that's what it is. On the wheels, I've got a fallout remover, which I'm nearly at the end of. That is by Joule, and it's called Toxin, and it removes the baked-in brake dust. Right, okay. Easy Detail Go Brush, great for releasing all of the mud that's up there. And for anyone that's just joined, we're not going for perfect. It's not what we're trying to achieve. We're just trying to achieve one hell of a deep clean and get as much done as possible. I've only got this car for the afternoon, and the chap that was supposed to help me is unfortunately really not well. So I can't do everything I wanted to on the car. Sorry, Saffron. I did try, but we are still going to get a hell of a lot done, and it is going to be the cleanest you've ever seen this car. That's for sure. Brush by Joule. Only you guys in the UK will get this, but it's a Joule brush. Really good for cleaning the tyres. And if you get one of these brushes, whether it's this one or someone else's, really doesn't matter. You'll probably pay about 5, 6, maybe even 7 quid, and one brush will last you a lifetime. The reason I do it is quite simply that. Look how brown that is. And imagine having a clean car but brown tyres. Right, okay, I'm sure there's a funny comment right here. What was that? I own a Vauxhall with a wet belt. Steve, what is a wet belt? This dude is good at. Could you clean your snorkel? Hey, look, I've got one hell of a mind with this kind of stuff. Oh, what are you talking about? What's your snorkel? How big is your snorkel? I actually don't know what you're talking about. It's probably quite small, but yeah. So it wouldn't take me long. Did you have a nice break last week? I did, thank you, Adam. It was lovely to be away. I really enjoy Mallorca. We've known each other for a while now, so you probably know that my nan lives over there. I love popping over to Mallorca. It's one of the best places in the world. And yeah, it was lovely to have a break. I work 7 days a week, so- but I enjoy it. That is not a complaint, by the way. But how have you been, Adam? What's going on? Because I wasn't live last week, so we didn't get a chance to talk. But is everything good? Right, okay. So, for those of you that have just joined, my name's Jay. My business is called PFG Detailing. I detail cars, whether it's a maintenance wash, a deep clean, like we're going to do to this one today. I like giving hints, tips, advice, call it what you will, answering questions, random chat. Clean your dump truck. Bring the dump truck in and we'll clean it. Uh, the boy at work, I'm 10 minutes from, I've got to chill before this. Don't know what that means. He joking. Talking. Hmm. Um, Questionable English here. Adam, the mods that I normally have, Mark, maybe even Tom and Gary, I'm not around. How do you feel about having mod status on here? I think we know each other well enough. So just in case there's someone that could become a little bit bad. Good, I'm glad you're good. That wheel is dripping. I don't know if you're gonna. I'm gonna call you Dat because I'm not gonna say the next word. But yeah, I'm keeping an eye on you. I'm keeping an eye on you. Suggest me a really good tire polish. So let's call it a cleaner. Water, hydrophobic, keeps it shiny. The one that I would go for, it depends what country you're in as well, to be honest with you, Amir. If you want the absolute ultimate, I would go for Car Pro Dark Side. Don't apply it too thick, but it won't look good until day 2 or 3. I don't know why, it just needs a bit of time to settle into the tire and it looks great. And it's a 3 month, allegedly, says the manufacturer, it's a 3 month tire coating. But what I would say is you need to make sure that you clean the tyres pretty much like I am here today. Because if you're putting that stuff or any tyre shine on a dirty surface, you're not going to get the best out of it. Density, ASMR. Do you know, I don't think that you can hear everything that's going on. Otherwise, I would do an ASMR wash for you. But if you watch any of my videos, Density, you'll know that most of my videos are ASMR. I love them. If you don't watch them on here, I'm on TikTok, PFG Detailing, Facebook and Instagram. It's all PFG Detailing. As it says on the t-shirt, right on my push. Should have thought of that before I turned around. It's all jokes. So, I do take it well. It's no problem at all. It's just some people I look and I think, are they going to have a laugh? I'm happy with having a laugh. Some people take it too far, and then it's a case of, yeah, not. But so far, you're good. It runs the engine and oil and keeps it in regular oil servicing, always good. But if it snaps, new engine. Oh, right, okay. That that does sound pretty catastrophic, Steve, doesn't it? But what is it if it's not that? Like, what do you use? So I'm going to get some of the mud, quite a bit of the mud actually, out of the arch here. The owner, being a 17-year-old young lady, will never know that I've got the mud out of the arches. But that's not the reason that I shouldn't do it. But I'm sure she'd rather that I spend, no, that's put the time back into that. I'm sure she'd rather I spend more time on something that she would really benefit from. Right, okay, that wheel is looking a hell of a lot better. Not perfect. If you want perfect, it needs refurb. There's a pretty dirty scratch right on the front. In an unusual place, I might add. Diana DG, how are you doing, Diana? Diana, what have you been up to? In fact, I know what she's been up to because the guy that couldn't make it this morning, he um, he messaged me, I don't know, 7:30 or so in the morning when I was already on the way to work. So I had a lot booked in. And because he's unwell, and I really do hope you're okay. So if you're watching this, Sam, I hope you're all right. And Diana stepped up to the plate. Diana stepped up and we did Diana's car very quickly. We did Tesla and we did a Volvo XC90. Tomorrow I've moved the Range Rover from today to tomorrow. Then I've got a Jaguar X-Type in, a bright red one. It's stunning. That's going to be in tomorrow. And then a Golf. So another full-on day of work, which means lots and lots of lives for you guys. Uh, I don't understand what you're saying with some of these things. I think the mic got wet. The audio is a little iffy. Hey, that's highly possible. Let's try this. I do keep touching these things with my dirty hands, which is not good. Right, okay. Is the ENC? It's the ENC something noise cancelling when splashing water. Yeah, I need to think of so many different things to make this better, and I haven't quite worked out what it is. Volvo XC90 is such an amazing SUV. You know, this one is, it was black leather, or split leather, had Alcantara as well. And I really liked it. Really nice guy. Been a client for a while. I think he's only recently had the car. Had someone else ceramic coat it. I wasn't around. And yeah, really nice looking thing. When you say model, uh, there was something R written in the door jams, but I can't remember what it was. So if you know what that is, let me know. Right, so there's 55 of you here. I just want to say 55 massive thank yous for being here. I really do appreciate it. So I think there's a lot of kids off school at the minute, so I didn't expect today to be busy. I don't know if it's not busy because the kids are off school or because the adverts at the start. Anyway, I'm still over the moon that you're here. Now it's 62, so thank you for that. And 11 likes. Thank you to the people that have left the 11 like. I appreciate a lot of you. It is lovely. Right, built Hamber Surf X HD on the tyres, under the arches. See if you can hear this. Ah, a little release. Why do I like that sound? Is it just me? Diana, did you did you see an advert before you joined? I keep asking people. A couple of people have said yes, so I'm hoping you did. I don't ask for anything from my viewers. I'm not after your money. I am after your time, like a little bit of time just to watch an advert before coming onto my live. Might as well clean it while it's there. Now, is that worth putting back if it's just going to fall off again? Ah, there we go. That's back on. I love it when you're working on cars and things just pop off for no reason. But this car, as you might be able to see, it's got a bit of damage on there, so I wasn't sure. Well done on getting monetized. Thank you for that, Adam. I worked hard for it, as you know, and I would say that you guys worked hard for it as well, being here, listening to me harp on for hours at a time. So thank you. No ad when you joined. Weird. Weird because some people have seen it and some people haven't. Definitely click the monetization button. But yeah, so that's what I wanted, or what I was about to allude to earlier, that I would love to do more of this, and it doesn't cost you guys a penny, but the advertisers pay. So everyone's happy. Just really hate washing tires. Yeah, a lot of people do. I didn't get an advert when I saw you live. Steve didn't see one either. Unusual. Well, today is a kind of whatever an expression I'm going to use, but I'm not. A learning curve. We'll see what happens. Hello. I definitely can't pronounce your name, but thank you for being here and saying hello. Right, there's no way any brush is getting behind that brake caliper there. That is as tight and could possibly be, so we do as much as we can. Now, what you would normally do in these instances is roll the car so you get what's at the bottom, the 50% that's at the bottom, you do a half a turn, and then you can get into those areas. Being live, I'm not going to do that. That doesn't mean it's going to be missed afterwards. All right, can I get into the wheel that way? Yep, I can. Didn't see any ad, but we'll stay. Oh, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Do you know, people just staying here, watching, chatting, that's all support. And the money is a bonus. It's not a must. I'm going to be here whether YouTube pays me or not, because I've been doing it for a while now. All I'm thinking is, wouldn't it be nice if YouTube gave me a little bit extra for being here? Oh, it's always nice to get a little bit extra. Makes it easier to pay for something out there, right? Oh, I'm getting splashed in the face with this. So this wheel is nearly done. And straight after this wheel, I am going to put slow foam on the car. And I'll be using Built Hammer Touchless. I'm also using filtered water. So it's a nice touch because I can't get water spots. And yeah, then we're going to do a couple of decontamination. What do we call it? I don't know. We're going to do a couple of bits of decontamination. We're going to go up to, but not including the clay bar. Right, let's see how much mud is in there. Actually, not a lot. When you've got smooth plastic in the arches, the mud can't stick on there, so it makes my life easier, and it means the owner doesn't have a load of mud stuck in the arch. Right, okay. I'm going to move away from this because I know I'm going to get straight. There we go, straight in the face. Straight in the face. But hopefully you can see, look, that's not mud, all of this. That is the fallout remover. You can see where it's turned purple. So yeah, that's absolutely done its job. What am I doing? I am detailing a Mini Cooper today. Is it a Mini Cooper or is it just called a Mini? I don't know. I'm detailing a Mini today and spending a bit of time with you having a chit chat and getting a little bit dirty and wet. That sounds wrong, but I am dirty and wet from doing the car. Right. So don't need that. Going to take you around to the other side of the car. Put the snow foam lance on here and get cracking on cleaning this car. It's quite dirty. I don't know if you can really see how dirty it actually is, but it needs quite a bit of work on there. If you can set up to push car up with hydraulic jack, washing tyres would be much easier. It is. What I've got under here is rim mats. Can you see this square mat that's underneath it? So you can actually get under here, whereas you can't normally. But no, you're absolutely right. You could jack up the car, but I wanted to support this company with those rim mats, and they are pretty good little things. They've done well for me. I've been using them since about June last year. You can also start revenue from shorts. Yeah, I've got the revenue on the shorts and the videos, but I need to do more. The thing is, to get any decent revenue from the shorts, you need millions of views, and I don't get millions of views on the shorts, surprisingly. But all the videos, I need to try harder with the videos, but all in good time. All in good time. Right, okay. Do I remember you? Blitzy. Blitzy. Where would I remember you from? Is it here? Because I do talk to thousands of people. When did we last talk? That might help me. Right, I'm just going to adjust this. Here we go. I am going to turn this car white. So the funeral director, that does ring a bell. Didn't we talk within the past couple of weeks? I think that does make sense to me. Right, so I'm just going to cover this car in snow foam. Bear with me a second. The snow foam is built to handle touchless, the latest version. I am going to soak under the wheels on the arches, even though I'm clean it. Going to get into all the nooks and crannies. I'm not tight with the product. I like to cover it as much as possible. There we go. Nice thick foam on the car. Yes, and I asked if you'd help me out starting the business and detailing. Yeah, I do remember. It must have at least been a couple of weeks ago because I haven't been here for a couple of weeks. Last week I was in Mallorca, sunning it up for a little while. But yeah, didn't I say to send me a message on either Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok? I can't remember. If I didn't say that, please forgive me. But if you send me a message on one of those platforms, we might have spoken. It's just I get that request often, very often. People trying to sell me stuff, people asking me to sell their stuff, people asking for help. It's all good stuff, but I get the requests so much that I don't always remember. But yeah, if you haven't already sent me a direct message, send me a direct message. I'm not going to ask for anything at all. That's not what I'm about. I will just help you as much as I can. Right, I'm going to get into here because that's going to be a bit dirty. One of those places that is nice to clean inside there. Okay, that snow foam, we are going to leave it for maybe 5 or so minutes. Thank you for the 16 likes to all of you, and thank you to all 63 of you that are in here right now. Much appreciated. I tell you what, can anyone just do a thumbs up if you watched an advert before joining my live? If you didn't see an advert, could you do a thumbs down, please? I would absolutely love to know because today is the first time that I've been monetized on YouTube and going live. And it seems like some of you have watched an advert and some of you don't. And I'd love to work out why. I don't know what the answer might be. Right, one of the things that I am going to do, Mark did. Thank you for watching, Mark. Diana didn't see one. So what's that about? Don't understand that whatsoever. Right, so now a lot of people would say to you, don't use the brush, not yet, you haven't watched Smuggle Muffins. Sean Marie, hello. No advert for quite a few of you. I wonder why that is. Steve didn't see one. Mark, you seem to be the odd one out. I hope that was an expensive advert that you watched, Mark. Right. Hercules didn't see one. Even tried to rejoin a couple of times, still no ad. That is really weird, isn't it? Anyway, I'm still loving this anyway. Right, with this, I'm not going to go into places that Daniel, thank you for letting me know. Quite a few of you haven't seen one, but that's fine. Nothing to worry about. So yeah, I'm going to use this in places that isn't going to scratch the car in any way, shape, or form. So after this, I'll go around it with a brush again after it's actually already been pressure washed. So please do not worry, people. You'd be surprised on the messages that I get of people trying to call you out on certain things, and it gets a little bit tiring. People will tell you off for everything. Like you've just watched me clean one of the wheels with what I call a big hairy ball brush, and it's so very soft. And someone says you're doing it wrong. That's a harsh brush. Like it's the softest brush in my arsenal. It couldn't possibly be damaging the wheel. And yeah, get a lot of haters on it for some reason. The ad was on TikTok. Yeah, that was when you say the ad was on TikTok. Was that me saying I'm going to be live on here? Is that the one that you mean? That was more so me just saying, "Hey, come and join me." But I mean, you know, when you watch a video on YouTube, it comes up with an advert. That's the advert that I'm wondering about. Right, okay. Right, talk. What's the top? The person with what looks like a Chinese name. I don't know what that is, and I wish I knew what to call you, but there's absolutely no way that I know what I'm supposed to say there for that name. Right, there's not that much dirt coming out of the places where it normally is, so that's a good thing. Although it's more satisfying when there is a lot of dirt coming out of there. This is a carbon collective brush. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not selling any of this stuff, by the way, in absolutely no way, shape, or form. If you like anything that I'm using, go ahead and buy it. But you won't be able to get it from me. I have not got a shop. I've not got a website. This is just purely tutorial, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I'm not selling anything. Just wanted to get that out of the way. That's why I'm curious about if anyone saw the adverts because that's what I want to get my revenue from, not from you guys, from the advertisers. That's where I want to make the money doing this. Anyway, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Right, I'm not going to go around there. I can do this because this is plastic, so that's not going to scratch. And one of the things that I also like to do is clean the windscreen wipers. So when we're actually cleaning the car, I will put the mitt under there and clean it. You can put a bit of an all-purpose cleaner on there. Basically, anything that cleans will be good under there. And it's just a nice thing to do if you think that your windscreen wipers are on the way out. I'm sorry to the people that have heard me say this over and over again, but if you think your windscreen wipers are on the way out, they might not be. It might be that you just need to clean the blades. So a little tip there, save your 40 quid. Oh, this one is a dirty bugger. Make myself laugh. Right. Can you really see how dirty that is in there? I'm not sure it picks it up. PFG, that's me. Green Line, how you doing, Green Line? What's happening, Green Line? Right. There we go. So lots of dirt coming off of here, which is what we like to see. It just means that these plastics, albeit they are shot to pieces, they're going to look better. But I've got something here. If I've got the time, I'm going to put it on there. And it is a ceramic coating. So we will see. So again, that's the carbon collected brush, and that is brilliant. What we're going to do now, you're really good. I'm glad to hear it, and so am I. I've got all of you guys here with me, all 73 of you. Got a new parrot. Oh, no, you've got a new parrot. That's so random. What's its name? What colours? And why a parrot? Not many people have said that to me before. Right. Time to pressure wash the socks. It's probably been around the 5 minutes or so. So the reason we use a snow phone, and the one that I'm using is built hand touchless, V2, is quite simply because I can get off a lot of the dirt before actually putting my hands on the car to clean it. That's important in making sure that we take the best approach in not brushing the car. So if you imagine all the grit that's stuck on the car, you definitely don't want to rub that into the paintwork. Now, just before I even type it, couldn't we just pressure wash the car? The answer is yes. Yeah, of course you can. However, and there's loads of tests on YouTube for this kind of stuff, but if you have a look at using just water from the pressure washer or using a snow phone, there is a huge difference. So it's a quick, aesthetically pleasing thing to do, if nothing else, but it actually does do a job. Put it this way, if something didn't work, I'm going to be the first person to call it out and say, don't do it. Don't do it. Save your money, save your time, don't do something. But snow phone really does work. What I will say is, not all snow phones are created equally. So some of them are pH neutral, some of them are acid based, some of them are alkaline, some of them have protection. So many different variables. Rio, green checked parrots are cute and green creature, cute and small. Infection says hi Rio. Rio typed that. Rio really typed that? Right. Okay, again, sprayed myself in the face. When you snow from the car, make sure that you don't just go like this. If you try and hit every inch of the panel, that's the only way of making sure that not only the studs come off, but the actual dirt. You can't just rinse it off from a distance. The pressure washer must hit the actual dirt itself, and it'll make your job a lot easier, I promise you. It might sound really basic stuff, I know that, but there's so many people out there making the same mistake. Right, there looks to be like there's some kind of windscreen or coating on the rear window. Side one's got it? Maybe. Unusual to see it on the back and nowhere else in the car. What plastic over car, and where did you get your plate covers from? The plate covers came from, one was the number plate warehouse on TikTok, and the other one is from Best Merch, also on TikTok, but they do have a website. What plastic? What, as in what car's under the plastic? That's an MX-5, and the one over there is an Aston Martin DB7. Saffron, how are you doing, Saffron? The guy that was supposed to help me, Saffron, is not here. He'll do in the car, obviously, but he's not here to help. I'm not sure if I told you that. There was supposed to be someone here helping me so I could do even more work for you. But he didn't turn up because he was unwell. So I'm going to crack on my own. I've already done the wheels. I've done the tyres inside the arches. And all I've done at the minute is the snow foam. When did you join Saffron? Did you see the car all snow foamy and white? Because it's really quite aesthetically pleasing. I have cleaned inside the petrol cap, which I'm about to get soaked just by getting the water out. Not the water, the suds from the snow foam. That actually wasn't too bad. Next, I am going to hand wash the car. Maybe I'll put some extra snow foam on there. Why not? It looks nice. And it's not going to damage the car. It can only do good things. But we don't need that option anymore. And then I'm going to do a wash. I'm going to do 2 stages of decontamination, which means I'm going to try and make the paint as smooth as possible. There's one step that I'm going to miss out because I would normally only do that if I've got time to machine polish it. And I'm not sure that I've got the time to machine polish it because the guy unfortunately let me down. Saffron, no problem at all. My pleasure. My pleasure. I don't need to get those slugs off. Only just now you joined on your lunch break at work. Right, okay. How long do you get for lunch? Fancy seeing you here. Looking fresh. How are you doing? Looking fresh. Did you see an advert before you joined? Today's the first day of being live and monetized. But so far, one person has seen an advert. So monetization is going to be fairly low. How are you doing though? Looking fresh? Hopefully you're all good. You saw an advert. Ah, thank you. Thank you for watching the advert and sticking around. Yeah, I don't know why everyone's not seen the advert. Right, Stefan, you might notice the plate, the number plate even. I've got tape over it, so I've covered half of it, and there is a reason. It's really simple. The number plate holders would not hold on the front. I tried like 5 times. The one on the rear, absolutely fine. Oh, and I've also topped up your windscreen washer, Saffron. So, not only have I topped up the car's windscreen washer, I need to top up my own water. Right, there we go. Time for the snow foam again. So I'm going to do this because Saffron's here. Okay. There we go. You can see this better now. This is a snow foam. It's an equipped to clean snow foam lance. Built amber touchless. When you change the different nozzles in the end, make sure that you fire it away from the car because you don't want it shooting out on there. Just turn the Xbox One and notice you was live. Unfortunately, I can't comment on the console. So there's lots that I'm learning here on how people actually watch this. Okay, so that phone, this is the slow phone. You've probably seen this before, but let's do this for your car again anyway. And this helps clean it. Right, okay. After this bit is done, I'm going to manually wash the car, then the 2 stages of decontamination. Right, there's a sticker on the back window. I think you wanted me to remove that. Is that right? You can just do a thumbs up or whatever you like if you want to. If you want me to remove the sticker on the rear window, yeah, just give me a thumbs up and I'll remove it. Right, okay. That is the car turned white for you. So satisfying, and yes, please to the stickers. Uh, cool, thank you. Do you know every owner that's actually watched the live has said how satisfying it is, and allegedly quite addictive. So I'm glad about that for obvious reasons. Right, see, you change these, you put that back in there, lock it in, fire it away from the car. If you don't, this will come out at lightning speed and it will dent the car and it will take off the paint. Have I ever been to Hogwarts? Literally no idea what you're talking about. I haven't seen you in age. You've been busy. I'm only live on the weekends now, but I have been busy. Yes. So yeah, we should have a chit chat looking fresh, and I can keep you updated with absolutely everything. Right, the microfiber that I'm using here is by Jewel. 106 people. Hello, all 160 of 106 of you even. Yeah, this is a Jewel microfiber wash mitt. I'm using a 2 bucket wash method, but one of the buckets is filled with clean water, obviously. The other one is completely empty, and that's because I'll use both sides of the microfiber and grab a new one. So I'm going to do the top half of the car just with the one microfiber because let's face it, the majority of it's glass, and I'm not going to scratch the glass with a microfiber. Then I'm going to start switching them up a lot more often. Uh, is that right? Is Rio the parrot typing to me? I'm not sure if you're teasing us all, to be honest with you. Did you go away on holiday recently? Yes, Steve, I did. I went to Mallorca last weekend for my birthday. I treated myself. My nan lives over there, so she's only recently turned 90 years old. So I went to see her, and it was a lovely break. So yeah, I have been away recently. Holiday was your old nickname. How many nicknames do you have then, Green? I need to get a new tripod because this keeps pointing at the floor. Right. So what I will do also, see, this is me cleaning the blades. You should clean yours as well. It makes a nice difference. I will be cleaning the door shuts. What else will I be doing on here? The interior is going to have quite a deep clean. Happy belated 50th. No one here believes that I am 50 years old. Let me test that. If anyone actually thinks I'm 50 years old, do a thumbs up, and I'm going to give you a thumbs down. I mean, I'm not far from it, but I'm not there. I'm far enough away from it. No, you think so, you cheeky bugger. Harry Potter isn't just flying around. Literally no idea what the Harry Potter reference is. I don't know if anyone else knows. Green 900 Valentine's. How comes you want all of those nicknames? This is why sometimes it's difficult to keep up with all of you guys because you've got so many different names on here. Okay, nearly done with the top half of the car. Then I'll swap the microfiber around, start with a fresh one. I know you can't see exactly what I'm doing here, but we'll do in a minute. And I want to start at the top, work my way down, and keep changing the microfibers over and over. You're past 50. Look, I'm catching up with you, Steve. I'm catching up with you. But I've got a few years left yet, don't get me wrong. I'm not in any rush to get there. Right, so another fresh microfiber. Here we go. I like Green Line as my nickname or Green. Stick to it then. Sounds strong. I don't know. Random conversation, which I like, but yeah. Right, okay. I'm just moving in straight lines. I'm not putting a load of pressure on the car. It doesn't need it. The snow foam has already done the majority of the work. So now this is going to go down to the lower parts of the car. And once it's there, I am going to keep it at the bottom of the car. That's why I'm working down in sections. Try and get in there. So now it's at the bottom of the car. I'm not going to take it back up the car because technically I could scratch it if there's something on there. In fact, I'm just going to do the whole bottom of this. There we go. So now I haven't got to do it when I get round to the other side. Excellent. Right. Jay's had some work done. Jay's had no work done. I might be from Essex, but I'm not typical Essex. Gary. Gary, I spoke to. Did I talk to him yesterday? I might have spoke to Gary yesterday. Gary seems to be all right, I think. You know, even things with Gary is he puts on a brave face and you would never know that he's just had a heart attack. I mean, the guy is made out of steel. So, but when we spoke, he seemed all right. He's got a lot of really positive stuff going on. I think there's another grandchild on the way. There might even be a wedding. So, yeah, he's a good guy. And hopefully, the pair of us will be going out for a Chinese soon. Lovely Chinese meal. So, any of you that are wondering who I'm talking about, Gary is another chap that I've known for a while. This is exactly why we don't take it back up the car. That's what a clean side looks like. That's the dirty side. There we go. Yeah, Gary has been a moderator of mine for a long while and turned into a friend. So, yeah, good guy. Is that ceramic coated? It's not ceramic coated in any way, shape, or form. No. How comes you ask? Not many people ask that. I was planning on putting a ceramic coating on there, but because the guy let me down this morning, I have not got the time to get this car done in one day the way that I would have liked. Literally would have taken me half the time with him because he's very talented detailer. But because he's not here, we couldn't get everything that I wanted done to the car. But yeah, what can I do? I tried. Right, get a new one. Makes it easier to clean. It is easier to clean, but this is a young lady's first car, and to put a ceramic coating on it is not what she has requested. She just wants the car to look very clean. But you are right, a ceramic coated car is much easier to clean. Totally agree with you. And it reminds me, I need to ceramic coat my own car. It's just never been done, only a portion of it. I recently pushed someone's buttons on to receive an 8-day holiday. I bet you barely even said anything. What happened? What happened looking fresh? I didn't even think that you use TikTok anymore, to be honest with you. I can't wait to. I keep getting a load of violations lately. Unoriginal content. There- There's not exactly truth to that, but it's not entirely wrong. I change my videos. I change the timing. I remove bits. I change the aesthetics of the video, which then turns it into a new video. And then they say unoriginal content, but I've never uploaded this before. So what in the world are you talking about? And they've said that if I get 5 of those in a month, they'll remove me from the program. But ooh, okay. Thanks for the support, TikTok. They don't tell you what you've done exactly. They just kick you up the bum for it. So for anyone trying to get monetized on these things, I'm monetized on most platforms, and I can tell you all about it if you want to know. Right, going to get into the arches. I like to do that as a last thing. Cheerio. Hello, Weber fan. Cheerio. I didn't for 8 days. You know me. If I have something to say, it gets said, and that's why I love you. That's why so many times in the past, if someone said, "Could you tell me about X product?" I go, "Could you handle this one looking fresh?" So, I don't know. Maybe because of me doing that is the reason you've got a violation in the past. I mean, that would be kind of ironic, really, wouldn't it? Right. Okay. So I'm going to pressure wash this car off, and then I'm going to try and get into the. So I'm going to do now. Actually, I want to get into the door shuts. I will do that now. So for that, I'm going to use an APC, which is an all-purpose cleaner. This one is Built Hamber Surfex HD mixed at 10:1. And I'm going to use a, it's literally called the Stiff One from Jewel. Don't judge me on the name of the brush. It's got it written on it. It's called the Stiff One. Right, okay. I've primed the brush. Sounds way too much, doesn't it? And I'm literally just going to do the door shuts. And you can't see anything that I'm doing at that angle. Geez, terrible. There we go. So this is another one of those things that just makes it nice that when you open the door, everything looks nice and clean. So I'm going to spray a bit more of this in here. I don't know how much of this you can see. Sorry, people. But I'm just using this little brush to get in all the little nooks and crannies. So when the young lady that owns this car first opens the door, it looks beautifully clean. It would be a shame to not do these parts of the car. And knock down the bottle. The black colour shows dirty spots much more. Do you know what it does? And the last car that was in it was an XC90, which unfortunately I wasn't able to go live with. Didn't have the time. But yeah, he said that he'd only had it washed on Monday by someone else because I wasn't here. It wasn't available even. And yeah, it was filthy. In this country, it doesn't take long. You're absolutely right. I'm hardly ever on there just to say hi to a few people. Yeah, I looked at your profile about a week ago. I thought, "Well, it doesn't use it anymore." But for some reason, I don't get many of the posts from any of you guys. Things I will absolutely interact with them. You know what I'm like. I don't follow many people on there. for a couple of reasons. But yeah, I don't. I've got nothing against seeing all of the posts. I don't often see them. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling on now. So this is again good for just making sure that the car looks really clean for when Saffron drives it next and opens up the boot and everything just looks nice. That's what we're going for. Car should feel like no one else has driven it before. With that, I'm not going to put this on there. I want to do it by hand later. I know that this is by hand right now, but to pressure wash that off is a complete nightmare. Does it need color correction? Yes, it does. And I had planned to do that. But what's the time right now? 2 o'clock. I mean, technically, there is time to do it, but I need to do the interior also. Being a black car, I've got a Mini myself, at least on my car. The paint was actually really quite hard. I didn't expect. So it's not as easy to correct, which means it takes longer to do, but it comes up really nice. Take a break from Mr. C. I could take a break, but because someone let me down this morning, I am not going to get a break until I get this car back to the owner later. And then I'm going to do social media. I answer all the questions that I've had or comments, messages, uh, make a video, upload something, and at some point have some dinner. Then I'll have a break. Then I'm back in tomorrow. Hope Gary gets well soon. Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's fine, but you can never really tell with Gary. He does hold a lot in, bless him, and he doesn't need to, but I think he's a man's man, and he doesn't really tell you what's going on. His leg could be falling off, and he'd say, "Yeah, I'm all right." But, Gary, you're really not. But he's a strong character. All right, there we go. So what was I saying? Yeah, tomorrow I've got a Range Rover in. Then at 10 o'clock I have 10 o'clock I have a what's the car called? I always forget this one. A Jaguar a F-Type. Beautiful little thing. Then I've got a Golf, so another full-on day. Lots and lots of good stuff. Uh eat you. Eat you? Hmm. Unusual choice of words. Right, okay, time to pressure wash this off. Straight after that, we are going to go into the decontamination part of this particular piece of work. And decontaminating the paintwork will make it smoother. It should remove two kinds of contaminants. One is baked in brake dust. The other one is tar spots, which are black or brown in colour. Obviously, you're not going to see it on this car, but I do expect them to be there. And then I'm going to stop at that stage. The reason is, right, that's Gorilla Tape. You can't see it, but the Gorilla Tape has come off. So there's something on that number plate which I can't seem to get off. So, yeah, we will try and make this tape look as good as possible with the time that we've got. So I'm going to stop at the clay bar stage because the clay bar will mildly scratch the paint, which is nothing to be worried about if you've got a machine color. So that's the stage that we're going up to. Then I will probably put some protection on the paint, very light protection. That could either be Carpro Elixir, or it might even be, no, in fact, it will be Carpro Elixir, because I can use that on a wet car. And then I might even go over it again with dual, what's it called? What is this stuff called? Dual oxide. This stuff gives the glossiest paint you've ever seen. The only thing is it will leave behind a bit of a residue if you don't do it properly. So work in small sections with not very much of the product. Mr. C, we've got it. Thank you. Right, we are nearly there. Nearly there. The product that I'm going to use to decontaminate the paintwork, the first stage is called Built Hamber Corosol. It's one of the leading fallout removers. After that, I'm going to be using the last of the dual fallout remover, which is called Blackjack. That removes the tar spots. Right. The reason that I've taken that little nozzle off is because I just want to flush out anything that's in there. And that is the best way of doing it. I also need to do the door shuts. Although, but I'll quite. Mr. T, you're quite random, aren't you? Very, very random. I don't mind random. Doesn't mean I understand it, but it's very random. Uh-oh. Oh. So I thought the power went there, which has happened over and over in the past couple of months. It looks like I'm going to have to spend a bit of time on that exhaust pipe because that is rotten. I'm not going to do that at the cleaning stage, although technically I could, but I think it's past that. I'm going to need to get some wire wool on there and go to the aggressive approach. There's no way that a normal polish is going to tidy that up. Soaking wet again. So you can't see me. I'm not sure if that's important to you or not. I don't know. Let me move this around so you can see more of what I'm doing. Saffron, honestly, my pleasure. No problem at all. I just want you to be proud, even more proud of your car. And we'll get you there. Don't look at the interior just yet. I've only done a little bit of work on it. There we go. Door shuts. Done. Nice and easy. Fortunately, I've got a Mini myself, so I know exactly what to look for in these cars. Right, okay. I'm going to quickly do the other shut, and then we're going to start with the decontamination process, and that should make the paint a lot smoother. It will make it look a little bit better. Won't expect miracles, because the best thing you can do is machine polish, but it will look a hell of a lot better. And this water cannot leave water spots, so even if there is the slightest little spritz of water on a plastic, can't leave water spots. I'm not going to damage anything. Okay, I'm going to face you over there, and I'm going to go and get the built hammer corosol, and I should have quite a bit of that. Yes. Right, so this is built hammer corosol, and it's a fallout remover. And this is the first stage of the decontamination process. Did you know my social media adventure started with a mini? Did it really? So it started with a mini adventure. Is that what you're getting at now? A mini adventure. Are you messing about there looking fresh? Right, all we do with this particular, I should have tested the paint before, but I'm pretty sure it does need it, and it does. Right, so all you do with this is spritz it all over the car. To be honest with you, the front, back, and lower half of the car is mostly what you need it on. The roof, very rarely, but hey, it is a small car. Let's get it on there nonetheless. And all you do is you leave it for 5 or so minutes and pressure wash it off. With this color car, you won't see it working. But if any of you that were here earlier and you saw me do the wheels and they turn purple, this stuff will turn purple also. And that's when you know it's working with the baked in brake dust. Where do I get my products? Lots of different places, depends who's got the best deals. Simple as that. Some things I get sent to me, although not so recently. But even then, I've said to people, happy for you to send me the products, obviously, but before I recommend them, I want a chance to use them. And when I believe in them, I'll tell people that they should invest in the products. The world's smallest iron fallout. The world's smelliest. Sorry, there we go. Yes, these fallout removers stink. End of story. Fortunately, you're not wearing it as an aftershave. But as a, you know what? I know this is weird. Got to be honest with you, looking fresh. This one isn't that bad. The one from Jewel smells like if you were to walk into a pub the day after everyone's dropped a load of beer on the floor, that's what it smells like. But I think the smells are getting better. But yeah, it's not a particularly nice one, is it? Right, so leave that on there for a few minutes, and that is it. We pressure wash it off. You won't see it turn purple, but it will. You're just going to have to trust me on that one, unfortunately. The next thing I'm going to use is blackjack. This is a tar and glue remover. Oh, should I stand in the camera? This is what do you use for plastic molding? Funny enough, you can use when you say what do I use for it, what do you want to achieve before I tell you a product? So this, there's not very much left, and I'm probably going to try and finish it on this card, but this is a tar and glue remover. So many of you have those little tar spots that you want, and you want something to get rid of it, it's this. If you've got stickers that are in windows or stickers that used to be there, use something like this, it will get rid of the glue. What do you use for black marking? Aging. Give it one hell of a good clean, and if you want the ultimate, in fact, I brought it in with me today. If I get the chance, I'm going to use it. This is one of the best. It's by CarPro Sea Quartz Deluxe, and it's a ceramic coating, but you must clean the plastics thoroughly first, like we're doing right now, and then add that on there. And on textured plastics, you might get these in there. You get these tiny little pads, and you just put a little bit on those pads, go over the plastics with it. Don't go mad, put enough there, and you leave it. You don't have to wipe it off. If it's a textured black plastic, it's fantastic. And that's it, quite simply. No idea what you're talking about, Maverick. You last quite a long time. Go you. I don't know what you're talking about right now, but congratulations. Right, okay. How many minutes do we reckon that's been? And can I see? Right, let me see if I can show you this right now. The cleaner, it lasts quite a long time. The cleaner, I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry. Right, can you see the? Oh, can you see that little bit there of purple? That's because the iron fallout remover is working on the car. So that is a really good sign. That's what we're looking for. If you had a white car, red, silver, grey, anything lighter than black, really, you would see lots and lots of what looks like the car's bleeding, lots of fallout starting to come off. Right, okay. I think I'm going to pressure wash this off, move on to the next stage of decontamination. I don't know where I put the bottle. Doesn't matter. I've got another one. Okay. So we pressure wash this off, and that's it. Then we move on to the next stage. Now, technically, I could leave this car to, well, dry on its own accord. I won't do that today. So I've got the fallout remover on the roof. Got some loose on my face. So we get that off of here. Right, there we go. Has anyone seen an advert yet? Just out of curiosity. Like not an advert whilst when you join, but an advert just through being on here for a while. I'm still learning myself. That's all. On plastic. Oh, here we go. What's your video? A sponge eraser on your car. I had to be a bit rough, but it come off on the plastic. Yeah. Okay. That was removing the wax or compound residue. So yeah, it it is good. How comes you needed to use a lot of pressure out of curiosity? Because it should be really quite easy to do. So I hope the plastics are okay. But it does work well. But there's a lot of people out there, Steve, that will say, using isopropyl alcohol. Like, you do realise, I'll say to these people, I said, you do realise I'm giving advice to the masses for a start. Not everyone has an IPA hanging around, so that's null and void. And why should they go and buy an IPA, isopropyl alcohol, not the beer, when you can get water out the tap? And no one, they never come back with an answer on that one. It really is like a 50p fix. But all these people want you to melt the plastic. And there's so much bad advice on there, which is why I like to put that kind of stuff on there. And unfortunately, it brings out all of the haters, which I'm not actually looking for anymore. I used to look for it, but not anymore. I can't be bothered with them. Right. So we won't find out until I've driven this car and exactly how good it's now looking. That exhaust definitely needs some wiring in there. No amount of polishing by hand is going to work. We need to go to the next level. Don't even need to test it. It's definitely too far gone. No ads for maybe the ads will. All right. It's weird how everyone's getting a different experience. So it's a learning curve for me. Either it works or it doesn't. Simple as that. Either way, I'm happy to provide this content for you and have a chit chat. You're keeping me company at work. Right, okay, this is nearly done. Then I'm gonna grab the blackjack if I can find it. Yeah, I can find it from Jewel, which is the tar and glue remover. Now with the tar and glue remover, I'm only going to put that in the lower half of the car. The other thing that I must mention to you guys and girls is the simple fact that if you're going to go out and buy a tar and glue remover, I'm not saying you must do this, but you should make sure that it's plastic safe. If not, please don't let me know that you've damaged the plastics. I'm telling you now, use one that is plastic safe. You can, and I've seen people damage plastics. I've damaged the light, and I definitely don't want that to happen to you. And it's no more expensive. Just, just make sure that you get a decent one. Not only that, but you don't have to buy much of it. If you bought a 250 ml bottle, that should last you for ages. I mean, I've had this liter for about 6 months, maybe even longer. Right, okay. This is the only thing. It never works first time. Someone told me about a trick. Let's see if this works. Apparently, if you do that, nope, not working. Ever thought about doing horizontal videos? Yes, and I will. I just haven't recorded any yet. Clearly, this is annoying, and I'm not going to carry on using that one. I am going to use CarPro TRX. The thing is, the trigger's the same. It's got a CarPro trigger in it, so hopefully this will work. This is a brand new bottle. I got it yesterday. I absolutely killed this live. There's 28 people here. What is going on? Brand new bottle. Come on. Yeah, I know. I know. There we go. There we go. Okay, we've got the spritz that I want. Okay. So all I'm going to do is spray this onto the lower half of the car. Again, it's plastic safe. Don't be shy with it. Just get it on there. Oh, come on, you stupid bottle. And what will happen is if you've got a lighter coloured car, I can't really evidence this to you that there is contaminants on there, but there will be. I've felt it with the gloves on. By the way, it stinks. You should wear a mask. Absolutely stinks. But it's great for getting rid of the tar spots that are definitely on here. Okay. It's very rare that it's on the back of the car. Oh my gosh, someone needs to invent something else for these. It's very rarely on the back of the car or up over half the car. What? Sorry, someone else told me how to describe that. She used to call it a belt line. Have you ever heard of that? Calling the car a belt line? Bit in the middle? Anyway, I only do the bottom half of the car. And that should be enough to get rid of the tar spots. What I'm also going to do is I've got a dedicated microfiber. And all that means is I'm using one microfiber for this one horrible job. So what I'm going to do is, let's see if I can get this one working in the meantime, is I'm going to use this microfiber to remove the tar spots from the car. This is annoying. Mass-produced Chinese triggers. Do you know what? I thought these were really great triggers, but clearly not, are they? The thing is looking fresh. Look, I do have spare triggers. I've got a whole bunch of them down there, but this one is dedicated for this exact product. So why is it not doing what it should do? So annoying. Usually the must spray will clog the tips quite easily. Right, I'm going to put this into a bucket of water and see if that helps. Right, it's actually just not working, unfortunately. So I know you're watching me trying to fix this right now, but I need to leave this stuff on the car for a minute anyway. Right, so the trigger does work without the straw on it. So does that mean that could mean that the bottom of the straw is clogged? So what we're going to do is grab the tornador and clean it out. What's a tornador? Tornador blows air. That's it, but it blows air quite violently. This is it. I want to try and clean it out with that. I think that's done the trick. Soak them. Yeah, soaking them could do it. It could well be that that has just done the trick. We're about to find out. Right. So whilst I'm here, has anyone got any questions about detailing, whether it's the products? You've got something going on with your own car that you don't know how to fix. I don't mean mechanically, unfortunately. I'm not good with that stuff. But bird poo removal, please work. Don't embarrass me in front of 41 people. Scratches, leather cleaners, plastic cleaners, windows, ceramic coatings. It's, so if I can help with anything at all, let me know. I give up. You don't care. I don't care anymore. You just want to go to this microfiber with this new bottle right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and show you before and after on here. So if there is anything, then you can see it straight away. So you can see that there's nothing on there. If there is anything on this car, this will turn like a browny, dirty looking kind of colour. Right, okay, if I leave you just there, there we go. And all I'm going to do is if I'm waxing the car, that's all I'm going to do, moving back and front, or left to right, up and down, straight lines basically. This is all I need to do to work the product in there. And if there is any tar, then it's going to come straight off. All right, difficult to see on here. It's still there. You know, this does need me to go to the next stage of being clayed. Those are the two of the most powerful decontamination products that I've ever used. And in fact, it's actually doing quite a good job. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up. Right, it's starting to feel smooth. The reason I keep touching it with my glove, touching the car even, is to see if there's any more contaminants on there. Now, unfortunately, the camera's not going to pick this up. You can see it's slightly darker there, but you're not really going to see too much. Best glass sealant for durability. That for me has to be G-Technic G1. G-Technic G1, but funnily enough, I've I've bought two other glass sealants with me today, looking fresh. When I get to the front of the car, I'll show you what they are. One of them I was actually going to give just to test to the other guy that was supposed to be here today, but he didn't turn up, and it's £70 a bottle. That's by Car Pro. And I've got another one, which is the durability is great, the performance is great, the ease of application is great, the price is great. But there's one thing that I really don't like, and it's really quite simple. When the wiper blade goes over it, it ghosts. And that to me is a problem. What do you reckon? So I use that on all the windows except for the front one, which is why we use G-Technic G1. I've tried a few of them now, and that is definitely my favorite. It's just not the easiest one to apply, seeing as you need to apply it 3 times before it actually works. No, you can't see. Let's see if I can show you a difference there. No, it's only going to look darker because it's soaking wet. Okay, I can see that it's come off. I can feel it with my hand, but on here, you're not going to see a difference. I'm going to pressure wash this off and show you the sealants that I've got here. So looking fresh. I'd love if CarPro saw this right now. CarPro, G-Full, it's an embarrassment. It is not a good, this is not a good ceramic coating for glass at all. I've tried it over and over again, different temperatures, different humidities, different amounts of the products, different lengths of like time that I've left it on the windows. I've given it to other people. No one can get it to work. I even spoke to a reseller, and he just went, he didn't do that. He was a bit more rough with it, a bit like I am right now. But however, I do like CarPro products. You've seen me just use a tile and glue remover, and I like that ceramic coating, and I love this ceramic coating. But the other one is unbelievably bad. This one, for all of the windows except for the front window, is easy. You clean the windows, you prime the pad just by putting it upside down and squeezing. Put that on there. I think you leave it for about 10, 15 minutes. I can't remember because I haven't used it in a while. That's a new bottle. And that is absolutely brilliant, but don't use it on the front window. Blade chatter happens with some. Yes, it does, but and it did happen on mine with the G1, but after 2 weeks it was gone. I've been listening while cleaning the interior of your mum's car. Oh, that's nice. My mum's asked me to do her car actually. I really should do it. The thing is, I can't charge my mum, can I? And sometimes she says, I'm going to pay you. I'm like, I don't want the money. Invite me round for dinner, feed me. And then we go through this whole debacle of, I'm going to pay someone else to do it. So you've got to take the money. Like, I'm not doing the car and take it to someone else. I don't want the money. And then I end up getting the car and I'm getting fed. But I just enjoy doing this. I think I've spent 3 days on mum's car doing absolutely everything: ceramic coating, the glass, the wheels, paint, the leather, plastic, and I charged absolutely nothing. That's what you do to your mum. Right, so this is nearly done. I am going to put some protection on this paint now, and I'm going to use Carpo Elixir. And the reason I've picked that one is really quite simple. It is, oh, that feels really smooth. That's, how much time have we got? 2:30. Ooh, you lucky people. I'm going to do some of the interior, but I could do some machine polishing and really bring this thing back to life. But there's no way I'm getting around the whole car today unless I do just a very, very light polish. Looking fresh. What do you reckon? I've still got the interior to do. Can I get this done by about 5 o'clock, but including the machine polishing? I think that might be a step too far. What do you reckon? Especially being live because I love chatting to you guys so much. Right. So you should. Your mum deserves the best. You're absolutely right. I'm taking mum out for dinner. I'm taking mum out for dinner on Friday. She deserves it. She's a good woman. Right. Okay. All I'm doing now, for anyone that's just joined, is just removing the tar and glue remover that I've got on the car. There isn't glue on there, well, not to the best of my knowledge, but there was tar spots on there, and they are gone. So I'm doing that now and deciding if I'm going to do any machine polishing. And I kind of need to decide now because if I don't, I can put protection on the car. If I do, I shouldn't put protection on the car. You know what? I'm going to spend more time on the interior other than doing machine polishing because the interior does need it. Even though I know machine polishing is going to be the thing that really makes it go and pops. So for any of you that are wondering how to make your car look shinier, you need to definitely machine polish the car. You can put as many waxes or sealants or ceramic coatings on the car, but it's machine polishing that makes it look much, much better, much more quicker. And the longevity is better also. So look, the one that I'm using now, let me try and find it. Car Pro Elixir, you can use it wet or dry. You need to shake it. You need a couple of spritzes per panel. The numbers are fluctuating massively, 22. Quiet day today. So a couple of spritzes per panel. I'm using a bit more because the car's wet. If this was dry, I'd have done about 4 or 5 sprays on the bonnet, and that would be it, because a little does go a long way with this stuff. And you don't want the haze, basically. Definitely don't. By the way, if any of you do get that haze and you're thinking, oh my, like you're hacking away at it trying to get it off, just bear in mind that it's really easy to get rid of. It seems like it's not very intuitive to do, but if you want to get that off, you actually spray it with more product, and that will help you remove it. Or you could get yourself. I use filtered water, and you can just go over it with filtered water, and that'll be all you need. It will get rid of that haze very, very easily, and it won't leave water spots. So thank you very much. Bonnet, boot, and around the handles. Bonnet, boot, and around the hand. What did I say? Bonnet, boot, and around. Oh, was that for machine polishing looking fresh? Is that what that was for? I think I'm gonna spend more time on the interior because I've only spent about a half an hour on there so far, and it's got a lot left to do. I think that's what I've decided I'm gonna do with it today. I do like doing the machine polishing with all of you guys. I'm not gonna get it done today, and that's why I did pay. Well, I haven't paid him yet, thankfully. So I had someone lined up all week ready to come in and do some machine polishing. Now, you might wonder, if you haven't already, how comes it's me deciding what's happening to this car? And I'll tell you why. Quite simply, Saffron, the owner of this car, is a young lady that has only just passed her test. She's paying an absolute fortune in insurance, which I think is daylight robbery. And she's asked me to take care of her car, and I've said, yep, and I'm going to do it for free. So that's why I absolutely would love the support from you guys today, seeing the adverts, because if I earn a fiver from adverts or a pound, 50 pence, that's what I'm earning for doing this car today. This is a freebie. I'm just doing it because I think she's deserved, deserving of that. By the way, the insurance is 3.5 grand, so that is such a lot of money. And when she told me, I was like, yeah, I'm doing the car for free. So I can decide what I'm going to do. Does any of you mind me doing that? No surprise, insurance is bad with new drivers. Yeah, she's got a black box in this car, and obviously I was looking, thinking, take it out. I don't want to. I don't want to drive it to work with a black box in it. And it's not nice driving with a black box in the car for the sheer fact no one drives like that. Like you get penalised. If she goes something like 15 miles per hour over the limit for 6 seconds, then you get penalised. And yeah. Mike, how you doing, Mike? Thank you, Adam. I thought it was nice of me. But yeah, don't worry about the adverts. It's new for me. Either way, I was always going to do this car without charge, which is again exactly why I'm deciding what I'm going to do to it. But yeah, I can't stress enough that the guy that was supposed to help me, I was also going to pay him to come in and get this car done. I said to him, I said, I'm doing it for free. I said, it doesn't mean you won't get any money. I will pay you, but I'm doing it for free. And yeah, sorry, Saffron, he never turned up because he was unwell. And we can't get it machine polished today, which would have been really, really nice for you to see. I'm sure you're still going to appreciate this anyway, because I know you well enough for that, at least. Right. I mean, she's looking good, considering I haven't machine polished it. Big Brother is always watching, even more so now that the government have done what they've done with the Apple phones. So thank you very much. This is the one time where, if we believe different things with this current government, I don't mind getting into a conversation with you about it. Yeah, Mike, I'm good, thanks. How are you doing? Long time no see. Do you know, I was talking to MJ the other day, and he said that you were on his lives having a good chit chat, and he enjoys seeing you there. Jamie, how you doing, Jamie? 26 at 141. Jeez. 26. Do you want to see what it is here? And this is a particularly warm day at 20 to 3. It's 14.6. And that is the warmest I think it's been all year. So yeah, good luck with that. You're doing better than we are. He is funny. He is funny. We had a really long chat the other day. I enjoyed talking to him. He wants to buy my compressor because I wouldn't mind buying another one. Oh snap! Is this a live mini mechanic? No, I'm afraid it's not. I detail cars. You could ask me about the mechanics, but you definitely don't want to take my advice on that. It was 40 the whole day. 40. If we get 40 over here, uh, roads melt. We can't handle it. No one here has air conditioning, mostly. So that's no good. And it is a case of careful what you wish for. So the Brits are like, oh, we need the warmth. We want the warmth. Obviously, no one can arrange it for us. But then when we get it, we moan about it. That's English people for you. Looks like it's going to rain in the northwest. Yeah, it probably will up there. Oh, I don't know if this noise is annoying for you guys, so forgive me. So, how much time do I spend drying a car that you can't get water spots on? Right, what I might try and do is ceramic coat the plastics. The ceramic coating that I've got is quite old, so I don't know how potent it will be anymore. Why does it look like the aerial is unscrewed? Looks like the aerial's unscrewed. Also love a good detail. Oh, well, you're in the right place. Haven't we spoken before, exoteric? It gets up to 50 in Australia. Jesus. Well, I still keep thinking about surprising Bill Baker, but that is that's a big surprise, isn't it? Coming all the way to Australia to surprise him. Like, hey, it's like, what are you doing here? I'm going on holiday. Right, okay, I've made a mistake. Right. So this normally gets quite a bit of attention. This is the Tornador. The Tornador is just this piece here, and it's about 70 quid, £75, but you need a compressor to run it. So if any of you are looking for one of these, you need a compressor. And that's the one that I'm using by Hyundai. And I'd buy another one, to be honest with you. which is why I might sell that one cheap. It does the job, but I just want one that does better. Noise cancelling works well. Can't hear anything. See, I wish you could hear just a little bit, but clearly you can't. Right. And something that I do, which I haven't done yet, I normally like to open the boot, let it drip. Let's do that now. There we go. I forgot to do that bit. And it was also 40K wind. I mean, you've got some serious winds, Jamie. What is 40K wind? 40K, 40 knots. There we go. Got there in the end, didn't I? So just doing all the door shuts, trying to remove as much of the water as possible. Bearing in mind, I do use filtered water. The chances of, wow, okay, time to stop. Please help. Just bought my first car, nice car, 2015 Mini Paceman John Cooper Works, very nice, and it's so beautiful. I love. I live in the desert though. What's your advice for protecting the paint? Right. Okay. Exoteric. You've got a number of options depending on how much money you want to spend. So the first option is going to be a ceramic coating, and what you need to do is a lot of the work that I'm doing here someone will need to do. So it's a deep clean, two stages of decontamination, which is a fallout remover and tar and glue remover. Then they would use a clay bar. After that, they will, or you will need to do some machine polishing. And this is a hard paint, so you can go with quite a heavy compound and quite a heavy pad. Then after that, you'll need to use, I've got CarPro Eraser, and that's an IPA wipe, an isopropyl alcohol wipe. Then you've got bare paintwork that looks fantastic. Then you apply the ceramic coating. The ceramic coating will be good, but that will cost you, if you're going to do it yourself, that might cost you, I don't know, I'm going to say 100 quid, but you're in dollars. So I don't know what the exchange rate is, 150, $200. If you want to go to the next level, get ready to spend at least in pounds, three, £4,000 and have paint protection film. That's the ultimate, but it's very expensive, and I probably wouldn't attempt it unless you were fully trained on there. So I hope that helps. If you need any more help with that, send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. Look for PFG detailing, and I will absolutely respond to you. So thank you, Exeteric. And catch you later, Mike. Good talking to you. Mike, we need to meet up. You're so local. We need to get together. But I hope you have a good afternoon. Exoteric, how was that useful to you? I hope it was. Just want to make sure that you've got all the information that you need. There's a lot to take in there. You've got a choice of, in short, you've got a choice of a ceramic coating or paint protection film, depending on how much you want to spend. What about you? What about you? Tony, when do you want to go out? I can't do Friday next week. I can't do maybe Monday. Maybe Monday. Don't you want to meet up with me? Oh, don't be like that. Don't be like that. I was on holiday for 4 days last week. Esoteric, assuming I'm saying that right. I just want to make sure that you've got all the information that you want there. Gonna make you cry. Nothing will make you cry. Proper paint protection costs like 2,000 and Aussie dollars. Jamie, what actually is that? Is that that sounds like it's going to be a ceramic coating? I did a detail cast for a bit. All right, cool. I was tracking all the way through clay bar and alcohol wipe. I think I need to take it to a shop with ceramic coating and let them do a proper job. Yeah, ceramic coating will be good. The paint protection film is the ultimate. And if you're anywhere near Melbourne, Australia, then sorry, exoteric. I think you were in Australia. Is that right? Are you in Australia? If you are, then please use the what is his name? business. The detail market, Bill from the detail market is unbelievably good. It's only a mini, not worth that money. Ah, by the way, looking fresh is saying that because he knows I drive a mini. That was a shot at me. Tony wants to be the priority. You are my priority. You've been out. I've been out with you more than anyone else I know on here, I think. Well, no, I know you in real life. How are the cars looking? Are you still driving your brother's car, by the way? Which is a beautiful thing. Or is it your car now? I think it might be your car. Yes, you are. Fantastic car. UV protection is your chief concern. Got it. Oh no, I wish I'm in Arizona. Oh my God, it's even warmer. Okay. Yes. Then a ceramic coating will definitely help with the huge amounts of sun that you've got over there. And you can use different things to top up the ceramic. However, if that's your main cause for concern, ceramic coating is the ultimate. If you want to keep your costs much, much lower, then you need to find a sealant that you can put onto the car. You just wash the car. You can do all these decontamination steps. They're not a must, but a ceramic coating, I'd say, yeah, you need to do it. And then you can find some with UV filters in there. So look for those with the UV filters in it, and that will help. CarPro have just come out with something that will go on the headlights, on the plastic headlights. But that doesn't help with the rest of the car. So yeah, you'll need to. Looking fresh. JCW is a pocket rocket. Yes, it absolutely is. Um, looking fresh. Can you think of maybe Maguire's, CarPro, or Geon? But can you think of any of those products that Exoteric can look for in America that are quality with UV filters? I, off the top of my head, I don't know if the CarPro one that I've just used has got that in there. Ceramic coat, sealant coat, got it. Yeah, so a ceramic is the foundations, and then a quick spritz, like I've used on this car, some kind of sealant. That will be like a top up. It won't last anywhere near as long, but it will keep the ceramic coating in good shape. So yeah, that's what you're looking for. Arizona. Now we are talking hot places, right? Okay. But again, if any of you have got any questions that you want me to spend a bit more time on, um, let us know. I try to get back to everyone. It's not always easy. Saffron, how you doing, Saffron? How good? Do you want to see how the car's looking now? She's looking much, much shinier. Don't worry about this. That's just water. Let me show you. Okay, that it's starting to go, but she's looking good. So I might put some kind of ceramic coating on the plastics, make them look a lot nicer. I'm doing a thorough dry to a degree, and yeah, she's looking good. Um, no problem at all, Saffron. It's my pleasure. I've just told everyone how much you pay for insurance and why I think you deserve to have this absolutely no cost. For all of you that are wondering why I'm talking to Saffron like she's the owner, that's because Saffron's the owner of this car. 3.5 grand for insurance. I can't afford the insurance on this. Way too much. Right, okay. So yeah, it's going to be a lot cleaner than you've ever seen it, that's for sure. I've decontaminated the paintwork. Have you got a second break at this time? Is it 5-2? Yeah, 5-3. Everyone get following PFG Best Detailing in Essex. Thank you very much, Tony. I will pay you for that later. But yeah, I forgot to say that all afternoon actually. But all I would love from you guys is a like is fantastic. A subscription is even better. And if you click the little bell, so when I go live, you're notified. I'm going to be here pretty much every Saturday and Sunday. You never know what you're going to see me with. Well, unless I tell you, tomorrow's a Range Rover, a Jaguar, and a Golf. It's a long, long day tomorrow. Right. Oh, I'm nearly there. But I think this car will really benefit from some kind of ceramic coating on the plastics because they're looking a bit old right now. No, you're sneaking a peek. Sarah from Beautiful Car. I literally stopped scrolling because you saw the car. Oh, thank you, Mr. Terry. That's very nice of you to say. What a lovely person. I don't know if you're a man or woman, but that's why I say person. I have absolutely no idea. Insurance will drop in a couple of years. Just build up and protect those no claims discount. Yeah. Oh, this is so loud. I've got new AirPods. This is my third pair, and they're not good. Right, okay. So, perfect. Yes. So, Saffron, I was telling everyone about the black box that you've got in the car, and that I drove at about 100 miles an hour to get here the whole way. It handles the road really well. I am joking, by the way. I stuck to the speed limit the entire time, mostly underneath it. Just to offset your good deeds. You're very, very kind, Exeter. I appreciate that, and you're a gentleman or a lady. I'm not sure, but thank you very much, and I salute you. Thank you. You're making me blush, and that's not easy to do. So saffron is also, and I'm not going to say because it'll look like I'm for something, but no, saffron deserves it quite simply. Okay, so I will be removing that sticker, and I'm going to be very, very careful of removing it. Now, do I do a video or do I just show you guys how to do it online? Right, okay. What year is Saffron? What year is it? A 66 plate? I can't remember. Um, Tony, when are we going out? It's 2016. There we go. When are we going out for a little bite to eat? Right, I've got to be careful of this. Don't want to knock this on the car by any means. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this so I don't scratch the car in any way, just in case someone has a little moan at me. You never know the number of people that say, "Oh, you've done this wrong. You've done it wrong." Oh, okay. Why don't you put a video up and show everyone the right way of doing it when I'm doing it the right way anyway? Sorry, I've had a lot of haters in the last week. If you haven't already been able to tell, they've driven me nuts, but they will never beat me. They will never win. And I always thank them for commenting on my posts, even in the negative stuff. I wouldn't and couldn't have Big Brother watching my driving. I'd be banned in 10 minutes. It doesn't take 10 minutes to get banned with one of these. It's much, much quicker. Much quicker. Right. I had a black box on the car before, felt like a mini float van, and put a yellow beacon on top. The thing is, I think I could take the black box out, but I haven't. And for any of you that are wondering what it looks like, that's the black box. Can you see it through the glass just on the window? Maybe you can see it there. I wanted to rip that thing out. Saffron, I look forward to the day for you when you can take that out and drive like everyone else does. If you're gonna pay a pretty penny to have a nice thing, it may as well look gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's just a shame that with the cost of everything going up as much as it is, what in the world is that? What? Right, I'm gonna have to show you because I have absolutely no idea what this is. Let me put that over there. You could take it out, but probably won't stick back on properly. That is why there is a microfiber underneath it. Let me show you from inside the car. uh, I don't know if you can see it. Can you? No, you can't see it. But there is a microfiber holding it onto the window, to be honest with you. Gucci, how are you doing, Gucci? Was not expecting a live stream on a Saturday. I only do live stream on Saturdays and Sundays now. You're propping it up. Yeah, so anyone that was wondering why there's a microfiber under there, it's because Saffron's propping it up. Saffron, are you telling me that I could have taken it out of the car? Is that right? I could have taken it out of the car? What's the black box there? Pardon a bit of American ignorance. No, not at all. A black box is designed to go into the car for mostly new drivers, and it tracks everything you do, where you're going, how fast you're going, how long you're at a particular speed for, and basically three strikes and you're out, which of course you don't want. So for the next 12 months at least, Saffron or any black box insurance will need to drive perfectly well. Otherwise, they take your insurance away. Simple as that. So, me driving this car, I'm a safe driver anyway. But even I was looking, going, oh, I need to really be careful. I'm doing 31 miles an hour now. Now I'm bringing it back down to 28 miles an hour. Um, you could take it out, but it's stuck on with sticky, and it won't stick on. And I've already sent me out a second one, as the first one didn't stick properly last time. Insurance tracker, yeah. Saffron. So I could have taken it out. I'm not going to. I can't do it now anyway. I've got to bring it back to you. But how come you don't take it out? 'Cause- all right, okay. Let's do a test here. Speed braking. Sometimes they have curfew as well. No, you're absolutely right. They do. I think some people can't drive between 10 and 4 in the morning. So that's another thing that you can't do when you've got one of these on the car. I forgot about that. Right, okay, let's do a test. There's only 18 of you here. What is going on? Why is there only 18 people? It's normally like 300. Anyway, it's not important. If you had a black box in your car and you could take it out, do a thumbs up if you would take it out and a thumbs down if you would just leave it there. All right, I'm going to start. All right, take it out. It doesn't connect properly unless it's fully stuck on. Then I get 100 emails to stick it back on. No problem. I would go home and stick it on the kitchen window. Right, okay. Oh, it's quite literally a black box, like in planes. Pretty much, yeah. It does record everything. Gotcha. Here there are insurance companies that will give you a discount if you use their phone app whenever the car is on. Hard pass. Yeah, I'm the same. Is this a teenager's car? Yes, very much so. Right. So far, everyone would take it out. Saffron, tell us the truth. Are you ever going to take it out of the car? Because we all want to see you go like this. I won't tell anyone. And I'm not encouraging you to take it out. That would be very bad. Take it out the car. No, but I'd absolutely rip that thing out. I would stick it on someone else's window. No, I can't do that. No, I'd stick it on the kitchen window, and then once a week I'd pop it in the car. Luckily, I can't get in trouble for this because I don't have a black box on the car. Can always put in Grace's mum's car. She doesn't go over 30 miles an hour. No, but that's right. But what if you're in a 20-mile-per-hour zone? That's the thing. There are 20-mile-per-hour zones out there. And now it's going to get in trouble. And the thing is, there are times where you need to overtake someone because they're going, let's say, 25 in a 40. Oh, then again, technically, if they're doing that, you're not 15 miles an hour over the limit. All right, okay. There's a bit more at this. Well, owning a car is so much more expensive there. Yes, it is. It's super expensive here, but just wow, Britain. The thing is, the fuel over there is much cheaper than we've got over here. I think the electric is also cheaper for those people with the electric cars. Is it hidden or just connected to the battery? Looking fresh. It is. It's not hidden and it's not connected to a battery. I'm not going to touch it. It's literally just stuck on the windscreen. So yeah, that stuff would come straight out. Who was lying here and not saying that they would take it out of the car, the black box? I didn't realise that this would be such a big topic of conversation, but it is. We like it. Well, I do. Take it out. No, not use that one. Right, okay. Stick it to the kitchen window. Definitely the best place for it. Right, okay. Is it right? Okay, I did read that. Right, let me. I'll bring you into the car so you can see it. Let me move this down a bit. Make the tripod a bit shorter. Right, okay. Can you see that is the black box, and that is Saffron's microfiber that's holding it to the window. So yeah, that's all we're talking about. That is tracking everything that she's doing in the car in regards to where she's going and speed and all that kind of stuff. There's no video cameras on there. It's something really weird and a complete invasion of privacy. Oh, oh, Saffron, if you're still here, I found this under the seat. Don't know what it is. It's very pretty, but I don't know what it is. What is this? That is one hell of a big mirror. What's that all about? It's, what is that? I think there's a mirror with a light on it. Um, I bought the what's that? I bought the wrong peanut butter. What are you talking about? What do you mean the wrong peanut butter? It's funny. Does that black box have a camera in it in case of an accident? No. However, when I was talking to Saffron, she said that she went and hit a pothole, which, for those of you that don't know, potholes in England are like sinkholes. They are massive. They can do damage to a car. Well, she went down one that was clearly quite violent, and it thought that she was in a bad accident. So no camera, but it's got some kind of sensor in there that recognised that. You meant to put crunchy. I still don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about, Gucci? Stick it on a scrap car. Yeah, it'll be one of our luck that someone buys that car, sticks it on a trailer, and goes too fast with it in there. Right, okay. Have I dried this entire car or not? I mean, I just bought this and drove 1,500 miles from the top of the US down to the bottom. That's a hell of a drive. And I definitely hit 120 on a few occasions. It was a long trip and you're behind her. So, yeah, it's very rare that I go 120 miles an hour. Years ago, I might have hit 125 miles an hour. I might have been racing an Audi TT, and this was on the M25, and he started weaving in and out of traffic, and I was just like, "No, thank you." And I was in a fast car. Oh, for those of you that don't know what this is, Google it. But it was the V6 Clio Sport, and it was a quick car, the Series One, and he scared the life out of me. I thought all the possible ways to work around for the black box. We're all thinking of something for you. There's not many of us here, but we're thinking about it. But it's not worth having my insurance cancelled. No, it's not. And being even more expensive. No, I agree with you. Even had an electrician friend offer to rewire it. I don't know that I would do that. I'll just stick it to the kitchen window. Don't know why I've stuck to the kitchen window. It's just the first one that came to mind. Stick it on the kitchen window, and once a week, when you go to the shops down the road, put it in the car and then come back and take it out again. Jay, on my brother's car, can you get normal car charger for the main three plug outside because I haven't got a fast charger at mine? Tony, yes, you can. It'll only charge at about on your car. I was going to say 7%, but it's not 7% for your car because that's going to have a much bigger battery. But long story short, the answer is yes. But it's such a slow way to charge the car, Tony. And change your electric to an EV tariff. Much, much cheaper. Much, much cheaper. Definitely not going to risk it. No, I don't blame you. And although we're all saying we would take it out of the car, we're not encouraging you to do it. Definitely not. It's just that we've driven for quite a while, and for someone to say to us, "You need to now do that," we would not be good with it, to be honest with you. I was going to ask if you have a dash cam. No, no dash cams that I'm aware of. How do you all prefer the peanut butter? However it's given to me, to be honest with you, I really have no, I don't mind whatsoever. Gucci, that's so random. I just say do the right thing, but I did say tell you 100, but I'm old. Oh my God. And ready to die. So it doesn't count. Oh my God. We all want to know now, Exeter, so forgive me for asking, but how old are you? Have you got that for your Mini in your place? Yes, I use a 3-pin plug. Very, very slow to charge. If you're going to have the car for any length of time, Tony, definitely get yourself a proper charger. Uh, if you like it smooth, then subscribe, and if you like it, right, 120 isn't fast. That's normal speed. Right. Here's the funny thing, right? For those of you that don't know, I mean, there's not many of you here, but I drive an electric Mini, and the top speed on that is 93. So I can't even go 120 miles an hour. I've got another car, which is a BMW 320i, and yeah, that's a whole other story. I thought BMW were going to pick it up yesterday. I say BMW, I know someone at BMW is supposed to come and pick it up yesterday to fix it. Not fix it, just give it a once over to make sure that everything's fine, ready to sell it. And then I'm going to bring it in and go mental. I'm going to detail it as much as possible and get rid of it. Right, there's something that was on the front of the car that I'm going to show you all now, which I don't know what it is, and I'm going to use that trick of the water and the sponge to get rid of it. Miles per hour, not kph. Got it. Only got 30 miles on it. Sorry, what's only got 30 miles on it? Your brother's car, your car. Sorry, that's got more than 30 miles on it. Do you mean 30 miles in terms of charge? That's all it's got on it, which is not very much. It might say 30, but I don't know. It might equate to 40 miles, to be honest with you, but it's not very much. Isn't it a hybrid? Not a big battery. Right, okay. Oh, 30 miles in total. Yeah, got it. It's not a full electric, that car, is it? Then yes, just stick a 3-pin plug in there and it'll be absolutely fine. No problem at all. You could probably pick up a cable for about 80 quid or something. Right, sorry, forgive me, people. I'm just trying to find some kind of white sponge here or magic sponge, call it what you will. And I'll show you what's going on. 140i tire slayer. Right, there's something white on here that I want to remove. Now, this is supposed to be black, but can you see it's quite clearly white? You can see up to here where it changes, and that is a magic sponge. I'm going to put you here. That is a textured black plastic, and let's see if this works. Um, if it doesn't, what is it? I'm going to do a little. I don't know. I don't know if that's a contaminant or not. So I need to make the sponge wet. Right. So for those of you that don't know, when you get the wax or compound residue on your textured black plastics, you use this method to remove it. Now, I've got a feeling that that might not be a contaminant in any way, but actually, it's it's the plastics that have just gone. Yeah, we're giving up. We're going to turn a different color. So now I need this to dry to actually see. These are abrasive, so use it sparingly. Now I'm just going to grab the tornador. Bear with me a second, people. I'll be back any second with the tornador. We're going to dry that little bit in whatever area you call that on the top of the bonnet. If this turns white after I dry it, then it's the textured plastics that have given up, and we need to put something on there. Right, okay. It's not contaminated. It is just old. So now, in order to make that look better, sure that this is completely dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry all the plastics and put on a ceramic coating onto them. It will just look so much better. UV damage, more than likely, yeah, it is definitely, definitely right on that one. Right, so time to dry the plastic. Let's get a ceramic coating on there. Just drop all my stuff on the floor. Right. Yeah, I'm going to show you how to do the ceramic coating because it's really quite quick and easy. Pop back in, still no advert. Ooh, weird. Don't know why that is. UV damage. Hi, Diana. Says good people. Yeah, so I want to show you how to do the ceramic coating on the plastic because I've talked about it over and over again, but never actually showed you. Then after that, I'm going to do the interior and try and get out of here by about 4:30 or something, and try and have some lunch. I am hungry, hungry, hungry. Hippo. Right, time to dry the plastics. So yeah, if anyone's got any questions in the meantime, please let us know. More than happy to help. Might as well do that while I'm here. Make sure that the microfiber doesn't go on the floor. Right, this does need to be perfectly clean and perfectly dry. You definitely don't want to put a ceramic coating onto anything that's wet, basically. Plastic definitely likes to disintegrate here. 350 days, so 6 months a year. Oh my God, that's so. What should I use on the plastic? Exteric. I'm going to show you because I'm literally about to use the one that I'm going to recommend. And I'm pretty sure this has got UV filters in it. Yes, it does have it in there. Right. It's by a brand called Car Pro, and that's what it is. If you want to take a screen grab, go for it. Hopefully, you took a screen grab. Yeah, so it's called Car Pro Deluxe. And if you can see just here, it's got a UV filter. And I'm going to show you how to use it any second. I just want to dry all the plastics. It's unbelievably easy to apply. On textured black plastics, it's easy to apply. If you're going to put it on wheels and an exhaust and other parts of plastic on the car, then it's not as easy. So this is just going to be a quick demo with more textured black plastic on the front. Yeah, it's going to be a quick demo, and then I think I'm going to take it offline, and I'm going to be live again for a long time tomorrow. So, in fact, I'm going to do that right now. Right, this is old. This bottle is old, so I'm hoping it still works. I've checked it in a particular way, and it looks like it will. Always shake the ceramic first. I've got these little. They look like cotton wool pads, to be honest with you. I'm going to take one of these out, and I'm going to put some of the ceramic on there. Right, okay. Boom, screen scratch, you rock. No problem at all. Thank you, Adam. Thank you very much. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a busy day, so I don't know how much I'm going to do on there. It may well be that I'm going to do the two cleans first and then do the golf live. Right. Okay. So let's see if this comes out for a start. Let me try and find the worst part of the car. Is it left drive? No, it's a right-hand drive car. It's purely because I am. Um, well, I don't know why. Does it mirror it? No. Anyway, it's a right-hand drive car. So yeah, the bottle seems to not want to let any of the fluid out. It's a mini. That's lovely in black. It does look good in black, actually. Right. We've got a problem. The bottle has seized up. So if any of you can see all the little bits of ceramic that are on there, I'll try and get more on my fingers. That's because there is actual ceramic pieces in there. Can you see inside the bottle? There's little bits of it in there. So it's hardened in here. And I've got a feeling that I'm going to need to pop that lid off before this will even work, which, again, this is what happens in real life. Not always plain sailing. Let me see if this will work. Not. We got step two. Get that in. Screwdriver. Hopefully that will help. Right, and this, there you go. There's the ceramic that's actually in there. See that white bit there. So there is actual stuff in there if you get a proper ceramic coating. Let's see if this works. Mhm. Nope. Now I'm going to go to step two. Sorry about this, people, but this is good information because if this happens to you, you're going to need to get something in there and pop that off. Oh, a little fly. Right. Tactical nail poke. Yeah, it's not doing it. So now I'm going to pop that lid off, which is not the best thing. There we go. Right, here's a piece of the ceramic, another piece. So you can see that it is in there. It looks like a fluid, but when that fluid actually, what I'm going to say, not dissolve, evaporates, then it does leave the ceramic behind. Right, so I'm just tipping it on here like this because I don't know what's gonna happen here doing it this way.